Hi, St. Thomas More Prayer Warriors. Just want to take a moment to reach out to you to thank you for signing up. So, beautiful response to to the to the initiative, to that prayer initiative, and I think we're at 124 the last time I checked, which is really good. Um, it's a dedication of your time to prayer that is I'm really thankful for your yes to that. And so I thought I'd share with you a little bit of my vision and then ask you a few questions maybe to help you reflect on how's it been so far. And first, the reason behind this initiative, right? To found a group dedicated to daily prayer and significant daily prayer. Well, first thing is that we are in a spiritual battle in this world, and that we have to be engaged in that battle, or ignoring it, we kind of get run over. And to really be engaged in it, we need to be engaged in prayer, right? Because it's really where we encounter the Lord in a powerful way. That's where we're protected by Him and His grace. And it's what the saints tell us will help us grow in holiness. And so it's just really important to really be dedicated prayers. And I think in the world that we find ourselves in, with all its many challenges and struggles and, the many isms that are out there, secularism and individualism and all these things that have kind of moved us away from God. And in a certain sense, maybe some of the lack of good catechesis over years in the church for many different reasons, not introducing us to some of the great prayers in the church. There's some of the great saints and doctors of the interior life that really teach us what it means to have a deep prayer life and what that is, what that does for us, and how powerful it can be. And so this is why I founded this group. I wanted to invite people to really dedicate time in daily prayer and to watch what the Lord can do through that. Because the other part of the vision is that when we're doing this, we're not necessarily praying for specific intentions. We probably have our own that we bring to these prayers, but we're not praying for specific intentions of the parish, because there are groups that do that, intercessory groups. But there's other ways of praying, uh, and when we are praying in this manner, a dedicated daily prayer, we're covering one another in our parish, right? We're bringing all those intentions that God knows before we even offer them, and we're saying, Lord, in this time of prayer, where I'm going to encounter you and you're going to encounter me, obviously all this parish, all the needs of the parishioners within these boundaries, we bring to you so that you can do your work in them as well. In that way, it's not necessarily something where we have to get down to praying individually. That's fine. Do that at some of your prayer time, but to really introduce you to other ways of praying. Of adoration has been one of those, to introduce the beautiful gift of adoration, but also mental prayer, right? Vocal prayer that leads to mental prayer. Really praying specifically for our fruitfulness of our parish, for our bishop, who is always in need of prayers as the apostle who's been given to us to lead us. For me, as I can always use the prayers to continue to do the Lord's will and be open to His will and have the strength and courage to do it, and the many chores and tasks that are given to me. I need all the grace that I can get to continue to do that faithfully for the Lord and for all of you. And I think combating that at the end of the prayer regimen, I have a couple of prayers of prayer against retaliation and a prayer against oppression. And being that we're in a spiritual battle, ignoring the fact that we have an enemy who doesn't want us to pray, who doesn't want us to grow closer to the Lord and be in union with Him, these prayers are just saying, Lord, you take care of him. Do not let him attack this time of prayer. Do not let him attack me or my family or those that I pray for. And it's just a way of inviting the Lord to do what he wants to do in our life. And so it's really, really powerful. I'm so happy that you joined me, and I'm going to continue to give kind of teachings on prayer and help us to go deeper. But today I want to ask you a few questions what that to maybe ponder over this week. Like, how was your prayer different this week as you entered into praying the rosary, to 15 minutes of mental prayer, and then those few other prayers, the vocal prayers to help us? How was it? I know one person shared with me like that the 15 minutes of mental prayer, the first time they tried it, was very difficult. Like 5 minutes in, you're like, what do I do? And that's very normal, all right? They're going to be, if it's the first time doing some of these things, it's going to be a learning curve, and that's okay. It's all right. You keep persevering, because what I can promise you is that it will get easier, it will deepen, it will get to the point where you want more time in mental prayer. It's a very, very powerful way of praying that the saints recommend to us, because that's where they really personally encounter the Lord in that type of prayer. So how has it been different this week? How have you experienced prayer this week in going through those? What circumstances did you find that caused prayer to be harder? And what were the circumstances sometimes that made it easier or better time of prayer? Was there a specific time of day that was better for you? Because you can learn some of these things as you go through and actually create opportunities to have better times of prayer. Whether you're better in the morning or better in the evening, when is it better for you to pray? Start looking at those circumstances, places of prayer. Do you have a prayer corner in your house? Maybe one of the days is at adoration. You have an hour of adoration and you spend that time in prayer. But are there places in your house that are easier for and more conducive to this time of prayer? And what is something I want you to maybe bring to prayer today and talk to the Lord about it? What is something positive or satisfying or that you're grateful for having embarked on this journey? Right? What is that thing that you're grateful for? It's always good to find those places of gratitude, those positive experiences, those powerful experiences, having entered into this time of prayer. What are those? And kind of take a look at that and pray with the Lord to figure out how might I continue to create those same opportunities in the days to come. But my promise is that you continue on this path. It's a really, really powerful thing that will help us grow in holiness and to really set our hearts on fire with love for God, so that we can share that faith with others, that love with others, so we can love others as God calls us to. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And just one last little practical note, it's never too late to invite others to join this. There's no time frame for this. We're just going to keep deepening this and growing this prayer community, this group of St. Thomas More prayer warriors, right, who are engaging in the battle, who are really entering into it, or are praying for one another. Because as we enter into this prayer, we're covering one another in prayer and our parish. And we're going to open up hearts that maybe aren't open to the Lord right now and what he wants to do in their life. They're just going to be miracles that take place through your yes to this prayer group. And I'm just so excited for that. And I want to help keep encouraging you and keep teaching you and helping you along this way. So anytime you have questions or concerns or difficulties, feel free to shoot me an email, and maybe I can gather some of those questions and address them to everybody in a video, every week, every other week, something like that, to just continue to help us on this journey, to know that, wow, it's really powerful to do this, and we're in this together, and this is a good thing that the Lord is going to powerfully work through in our lives. But just once again, thank you so much for signing up. Feel free to invite others, to encourage others to join. They can do it at any time, and we're gonna really create a parish that's just full of prayers who are seeking the Lord's will and his love and sharing it with others. God bless you.